Hello, Julie here and welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoy my video. Today I'm going to be working on Roxy's weekly challenge, week number 5. So they're pretty simple and very handy, I think. So what she made were, I haven't made one yet, but we'll make one or two together. So she cut some pattern paper. How wide is this? 8.5. So let's cut it in half. So, yeah. Okay, so we've got 2 there, and let's cut another one here, and we might make this one. Let's make this one. Make it 4. Make it 4. Okay. So there are our bases. Now, Rachel strengthened hers by folding them over. I have printed these on 120 GSM paper, so they are quite sturdy. But we'll follow the process. So scroll that down. You could use your what do you call it? Your scoreboard if you want to. Now let's have a look what we've got. That one is going that way. So we'll do this one going this way. So these are going to become pockets on our pages. And this one, I don't know, anyway. Let's see. I think I should have scored mine. Right, so now we glue those down. Rachel uses glue stick. I'm not a big glue stick fan, so I'm going to use glue, liquid glue, which I always get more than I need and make a big mess. That's one. So how's everybody going? I hope everybody is good. The time you're watching this, I won't be here. I'll be on holidays. So I hope you enjoy the video and give me a thumbs up and all those things, just to keep my YouTube channel going along while I'm away. Right, now we need a hole punch, so I'm just going to use my, I can get it about centre. So as I said, this is going to become a pocket. They're going to be on separate pages, so the divots or the thumb notches don't have to line up, which is just as well. But if you're in a situation where they do have to line up, just punch them all at once. Line your papers up and punch them at the same time. That's what I do. Okay, so what do we got here? That goes that way, that goes that way, and that goes that way. Now Rachel did some bags, so I've got this bag which is tea dyed. I'm going to use that, and we're going to attach it to our pocket. So you can attach it using washi tape, or you can attach it just using a paper hinge, and I've got some tea-dyed paper here, so I'm going to use that. So the first thing I'm going to do is attach this. I didn't measure it to see that it's the right size, which it's not. So I'm going to slip that on there, push it up to the fold and burnish it down. I haven't stuck this side, just the other side. And then I'm going to trim that off. Being careful not to cut the bottom of my bag. Now I'm going to open this one up and add glue to it. Oops. And then add this about centrally and butt that up to that, so that we've got it as straight as possible. Being art glitter glue, it will move until you press down on it. Once you press down on it, you're done though. So that is one already done. So I'll just show you. So let's say this is a page in my journal. So what happens is you attach this onto your page on 3 sides, 1, 2, 3, like so. That gives us a pocket here and a bag here that we can put bits and pieces in. We could leave that blank for journaling on that side. You can actually see through this, so I'm not going to put a great deal of embellishing on here, but you can embellish it as much as you like. In hindsight, I probably should have put this on the underside of the bag, I think. It would have been better, would have had a nicer look here. But I might put something, you know, a piece of pattern paper or something along there that will disguise that a little. I don't know. Wait and see. Alright, so that's one with the bag put on with a hinge. Now the next one, we will do an envelope. Now this envelope, I made it and I've lined it with some scrapbooking paper. It looks like that has come undone. Now this is a very sturdy envelope, and you can see it's got a fancy lip flap. So now if I put that on there like that, yes, and then that can go around the back of the next page. Alright, so, and then that, oh will it? No, it'll go in there, won't it? Yes, it will. So, I don't really want to use that envelope for that then. Let me see if I can find another envelope here. How does a red envelope look like with that? No, I think I'll go for a white one. I'll just cross my address off of that. So that goes there, and that wraps around that using the flap as the hinge. Then we have that flapping out like that. Now I'm going to cut some of this off because I don't really want that poking out into where my pocket is too much. I only want to have enough there to sort of hold my pocket in place. I'll cut that off. And now I'm going to stick that onto that. So let's do that. I'm going to put it in about the middle, but you can put it anywhere, up, down, wherever you feel right. Now that has got a bit of a lip there, so I'm going to add some washi tape to that. It's not really what I'm looking for. This will do the job. Okay, get that off there. And I want to add some glue here. A little further. Some washi tapes are very sticky and some are not. This one is not. So it's always a good idea. I use glue with them no matter what. Wouldn't want them to come unstuck and then cause more of a problem than the little lip would have been. So there we go. So there we have that way. We've got our flip out little pocket, and this pocket of course is stuck to our page, and we've got a spot there for anything that we want to put in that size pocket. So that's those two. Now, what else did she do? She did, oh yes, an envelope. I've got this envelope here. Once again, I haven't crossed out my address. Okay, now this one hasn't got a flap, it's been opened here. Alright, so we're going to just stick these little bits down. Don't go out beyond the piece that we're sticking it to. Now we don't want to go out onto this area here, that bit. You just want to stick within that area. Stick that down. Just check. Right, now this one we're going to attach on here like this. I should have a look, I suppose, and make sure that that's going to fit within. Yeah, see, that's too big for my pages. Generally my pages are half an A5, so I'm going to cut this back to about 4.5 inches. So I didn't really need to glue that down, I guess, but we have, oh no, that's got the flap. Okay, so is that all securely stuck? Yes. So now we're going to use a hinge to attach that. So all I've done is cut a 1-inch strip of paper. This is tea-dyed paper, and actually, seeing as how I've just cut that off, I could use that for the hinge, couldn't I? Then it will blend in nicely. So let's cut that off and fold it in halves. We know it's the right height, don't we, because we just cut it off of the envelope. Okay, and now we will attach that to our face pocket. Okay, so let's attach it to the centre here. That's pretty good. And then, now, do I want to attach it to the back? I think I will. So we'll put our glue on here. So this is the opposite way to the way I did the first one. With the first one, with the hinge, I put the glue on the inside of the hinge and then that came over the top of the envelope. This way, I'm making sure I've got my opening to the outside, and I'm going to attach that on top like that, matching up the top and the bottom as best I can, and making sure I've got it to the edge. Okay, burnish that, open this up and make sure I haven't got any gluey bits. We do end up with the white on the inside, which is not the best. I could attach that on there if I so desired. Why not? Let's do that, just to cover up that hinge. Yes, it's been very hot here today. I think said on the news that we were the hottest city in the world today. Not something that we want to happen again in a hurry. Well, I don't anyway. I don't know about everybody else. Okay, so that is that one. So now that folds over like so. Alright, now we'll cover that envelope now. So what size is it? Oh, why don't I just mark it with a pencil? Where is my pencil? There it is. So just there. So I'm just leaving a fine border. I'll get rid of all of these bags and things now. I don't need any more. Make a bit more space here for us to work in. Okay, let's bring this over. So it's there. And where's the mark here? Yeah. Okay. So let's ink around this. Really, you could do it anyway up with the florals, but the writing, there's writing on there, so I want to try and get that so it's pointing up the right way. These papers that I'm using are from my Fabulous Florals digital kit. I'll put a link to the flip through of the kit and my Ko-fi and Etsy sites where you can get them. Okay, so there we have a pocket. We could put a divot in that. I might put a divot in the whole thing, a thumb notch I mean. There we go. Let's ink that. Now we can leave this just as it is to write on, which of course you could write on that quite easily with a black pen. And I think that's what I'll do. I don't think I'll cover that completely. Seeing as I've gone to the trouble to add that on there, I might as well make the most of it, mightn't I? So I'll leave that. I might just add a little embellishment down in the corner, you know, like a label or a little picture or something like that. Right, so there's that one. Now this one, this is the one with the bag, and I didn't really want to cover the bag because I like the fact that it's oxide and, you know, you can sort of see through it. And when you put something in there, you know, when you put a tag or something like that in there, you can sort of see it. Not that bad. Okay, so shall I just add a strip down the side? What about if I got a punch and put a punched edge there? Let me get a punch. Okay, so I've got a punch here. This is a Martha Stewart punch. It is an around the page one, but you can just use the straight piece if you want to. And I'm assuming that you all know how to use these. You do your first punch and then you line your next ones up so that, see how those silver pieces are lining up in those holes. Well, once you've got that set and you push your paper right up to this lip, then you punch and your pattern will continue. Sorry if you can see the top of my head, but I do have to get right over the top of it for this to work. Okay, so I did cut this down to the length of this hinge, like so. So I'm going to cut that just that wide. I'll bring it out so that those holes are all just on the bag and the solid piece is completely covered by the pattern piece of this. Let me get rid of these little bits and pieces, otherwise they'll be into everything. Easier said than done with that fan going. Okay, now let's trim that up. And let's ink around that. So there's lots and lots of different ways that we can get over things like this. You know, you could put a ruffle along there, you could leave it, you could stamp along there, you know, make it look like it's a pattern paper. But I haven't used my punches for so long. It suddenly popped into my head to use them, so why not, eh? Okay, now time to attach that on there. There we go. So that one is pretty good. I don't really need to ink around this bag because being coffee dyed, it has already got a bit of darker colour around the edge, but I will. It's like a compulsion, isn't it? Well, it is for me. Those that don't ink don't see the point. Fair enough. I'm making an ideas journal, and I think this project might be the end of the book actually, because it's pretty full. So I might have to start, my next video might be just creating a journal. Right, so I'm going to mark this where I want to cut it, so just there. And once again I'm leaving a little border all the way around. I do that because if you go too tight, you know, you can get little, when you open it, when you open a flip like that, things might catch. So I prefer to leave just a little bit of space. This one, I'm probably going to cover both sides. So let's put this one on here. And we'll do the same for this piece. I'm going to take that back a bit. It makes it easier to get into that pocket. Let's hold that in position there and just draw a line on here and down here. Now I'm going to cut that off. Okay, so now I'm going to ink around this and attach it. So these are really simple little makes, but very effective, very handy little idea to have in your ideas book, I think. They give us lots of extra journaling space, you know, with the, you can write on the, nearly stuck the glue on the wrong side. You can write on this inside flap. The paper that I'm putting on there is fairly neutral, it hasn't got any bright patterns or anything like that on it, so I think you could write on this okay. And then of course you can put something in the pocket, you know, journaling cards or tags or whatever. Oh, I'm an idiot. I am a big idiot. I need to wipe that off. If I did that, I would of course glue my envelope shut, wouldn't I? Oops. So what we need to do is we need to run a bead of glue along here, down here, down here, along here, oops, and up there, and around here. So if you're doing this, apply your glue to your envelope, not to your piece of paper that you're attaching to it. That way you will end up with a pocket instead of a closed up flap. There we go. Lucky I realised that in time. Okay, so let's see how I did. Yes, lucky. Very lucky. So there we go. Oh, I haven't inked around this one, so I will do that. Just going to dull that white envelope down there. Okay, so this one's going to be attached with the pocket here and then this pocket here as well. and then that folds over like that. Alright, so I'm going to go and wash my inky gluey hands and then I'll come back. Okay, so now it's time to decorate. So I'm only going to decorate the outsides, I think. Oh, anyway, we'll see how we go. Now, let's start with this one. So, I'm not that keen on adding too much to this at all, as I said previously. I've got a large flower here that I might pop on there, and perhaps a piece of, what about a label? Let me get some labels. Here we go. I think I'd like a longer label, something like that, but with something in it. I can't find one that I like. Oh, that one will be alright. Okay, so I think I'm just going to do that on there. Do I want it there like that or there? I think I prefer it under. When I went and washed my hands, it's 9:30 at night here, and as I said, it's been a really hot day today. I had the cold water tap on and the water was coming out hot. So yes, that's a hot day, isn't it? Do I want to put something down here? Probably something similar. So let's have a look. Might have a smaller flower or something. Maybe a little bit bigger flower than that. Yeah, something like that, I think. Do I want that or a circle there? No, can't really see that at all. Got this label, which is more green. That gets lost. Might go back to this one. It blends in fairly well, but once I ink around it, I think it will stand out enough. If you wanted to, and I probably would if I didn't want to keep this video to a shorter length. I would probably stamp something on that. I've got some nice number stamps or words. Okay, so I'm going to call that one done. Now this one, I'm going to leave that blank, as I said. I will put a little something down there. Maybe something like that with one of these smaller flowers. Maybe something like that. I'll just tear that edge and tear this edge. Ink them. So just a little something there. I think that's busy enough without anything extra on that pocket. And here, we don't want too much on there because it is very busy. I might just pop that little envelope on there, but it might get a little bit lost in there, mightn't it? What else did we put on there? I quite like that on there, but I feel like it needs something behind it. Oh, hang on. Hang on, I've got these. Why don't I put one of those on there instead? Let's cut one out and see what we think. Oh. Maybe this one or the bird. Let's go for the bird. And then we could put a small flower there. So we got a bit bigger one that's not overpowering. Little bunch maybe. Something like that, I think. So let's attach this and this. I love the way that the inking makes the fussy cutting look so much better. That moves over, we've got our decoration there. Alright, oh, I haven't done that one yet. Getting all excited, haven't quite finished. Rightio, so this one is bigger. So what do I want to put on this one? I've got some music paper here. I can tear some of that off. And you can see it's still got the white edge around it. It's a digital. Yep. Alright, now we can put a large flower on top of that. It's a large envelope. And maybe a bit of this tape. Just tear that. Ink around it. These are just some washi strips from the kit. Okay, put something on the inside here because that is pretty plain, and I'm pretty sure you could write on that. I could write on that with a black pen. And we can put, what can we put there? A circle and a ticket. There we go, just something simple like that. You could of course add lace or cheesecloth or anything like that underneath. This is one of those tiny little ones. That's a little bit bigger than that. That one. There we go. Right, do we want something on this one? I'm not sure. Put that there. And maybe a label. So they're all fairly similar in there, which is probably what you would do if you're you know, putting together a journal. But as I said, this is going into my ideas journal, which is right there. I don't know whether it's in screen or not, but if it is, you can see how full it is. Okay, so we've got all three assembled. I'll make a little bit of room here. Okay, so that's a bit better. We've got a bit of room to work. Now, I haven't got many pages left in here, as I said, so I think the only pages I've got left are at... I don't think that these would be any good on there because they're too small. So I think we've got some room at the back here. Here we go. Right, so this one goes on this side of the page. So that would glue on like that. I rounded the edges too and then inked around that. So I'm going to attach this one here, and I'm going to just run around 3 edges. And position that on there. Hope the head's not in the way. So there we have a flip out bag, we have a pocket here, and we have a pocket here. I'm just going to clip that on there for a minute and make sure we get a good stick, because I can't really apply a lot of pressure to it because there's, you know, it's so soft and spongy with the background. Okay, so that's that one, and then on this page I think we might put one of the others, if we've got one that opens that way, yes. And this one's an envelope, so that's our 2 variations. So we've got the paper bag and we've got the envelope, so we've got both represented here. So I can apply pressure here because I haven't got all that bulk underneath it. And then we can flip that out. We've got a pocket here and we've got a pocket here. Okay, so as I said, I haven't got too many pages left, but I have got some smaller pages there. So I might, the next projects I'll do, I might make to fit those smaller pages. Then I might call this journal full. Okay, so there we go. That's my video for today. Hope you've enjoyed it. And if you have, I'd love it if you would give me a thumbs up. That would be great. And I hope you can join me when I post my next video. Okay, bye.